everybody, Trina Wright here on day 91 of 365 days of remembering. And I'm in an interesting kind of vibe today. I found out that the kids will not be going back to school at all this school year, and my teenage daughter has been sleeping all afternoon because I know that that's not what she wanted to hear. And so this is a time that we all find ourselves in, a time of making peace with whatever is, a time of just being in that state of acceptance and allowing and deep self-love and self-compassion. And I've been using an interesting little practice that I got from Mr. Rogers. I just recently watched the movie about the story of his life. And it's so impactful to recognize the epic teachings that surround us all the time and how we are always taken to what we need next. But this is poignant and beautiful. So if you watch that movie, you'll notice that he just had this simple presence about him and this simple way of being with anyone. And it didn't matter what arose for him or someone else. He often would use the words, "and that's okay." And it's an interesting thing because there's an edge to it that could seem kind of condescending, but for the most part, I like to use it with myself. And so in these times where, you find out that your kids can't go back to school, and to be clear, I love my kids. I think they're awesome. It's just this forced homeschooling. I have homeschooled before. I know what it takes, and I know the time involved, and I know the sort of mindset shift that's helpful with that. And we didn't have time to get that. So we're all kind of trudging along, finding our way to do this. And there was a tiny bit of disappointment in me, and definitely in my kids, to know that like all the way out until now, because it's going to bump into the summer till sometime in August, if they will go back to school, it's okay to have some feelings about that. I felt some initial sadness. I felt some initial, strain and stress of just all of us being in the house all the time together. And that's okay. And sure, it sounds like a real first world problem. And the whole world's got the same problem, So what does it matter what I think? And it's not the kind of thing that I need to be telling you on this video. I'm saying this to validate for you that it's okay to feel it too. It really is. It's okay to feel those in your own personal experience of this, and to just be okay with it, and to just allow it and be like, this sucks. I don't really like it. I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to surrender with it. I'm going to see what it has to show me. And I'm obviously going to find my way with it. But that doesn't mean I had to like it. And sometimes as spiritual people, as spiritual beings, we're hard on ourselves. We think that just because we know who we are and just because we know we're infinite beings of love and light means that nothing should ever get us. Nothing should ever bother us. And it's just okay not to like something. Like, it just really is okay not to like a situation, not to wish that, or to wish that the circumstances were different. I know I can't make them different exactly. I mean, I can make my response to them different, which in essence will make it different. But right now in this red hot moment, I don't have a lot I can do to change it. So the most important thing that I can change is my focus. And how do I do that? I allow myself to have the feelings that I'm having about it. And I say, and that's okay. I allow my children to have their feelings. I allow the collective to have its feelings, and then I choose to move my focus elsewhere. I choose to then move into a state of appreciation. Like, wow, we're all so healthy. We have a beautiful home to live in. We have lots of food in the cupboard. We have access to multiple grocery stores that still have lots of food. We have this beautiful means of communing with others through like video calls, through like sharing videos, through social media, through Skype, through Zoom. So I can stay in touch with any of my family that I want to anywhere. My daughters can stay in touch with their teachers, and they're doing school online, and all of those opportunities that still exist. I'm involved in a group tomorrow on Facebook that's going to be talking about a global calibration that is happening in these times. And I'm going to share a little process and a meditation, because everybody's sort of coming forward and saying, I have these things that I could share, and that's what I want to do at this time. And so it's this deep invitation to come more fully into ourselves. And so I appreciate that. So by shifting from a space of acceptance of what it is that has the charge, letting it go so the charge can go with it, and then standing in a deep space of appreciation, it just takes me to a different place with it. It really does. It gives me back the only power that I can have in this moment, which is where I put my focus, because I can't control those events outside of me. I mean, this is a worldwide thing. The only power that I have is how I'm going to view it and the story I'm going to tell about it. personally and collectively for me and as the world. Like, what do I want to talk about with that? And so I love that. Use your imagination. Who cares if it's true? Because at this point, I'm not really sure anybody knows what the truth is. And if you watch one of my other videos called, I think it's called Every Truth is Equally Valid and True, I will post it at the end of this video so you can check it out, because that is in essence true. Whatever your perspective is, whatever story you want to tell about what's going on outside of you, that is the story that you are going to believe. You create your life through your beliefs. So I love the story going around that this is an up-leveling. This is a time of invitation. This is a time of all of us being called back home to ourselves so that we can usher in the new vibration of this planet. It is time. We are ready. And this is forcing some of those systems to shut down. It's forcing us all to shut down in a sense and move our focus inward. We don't have to, because you could binge on Netflix, and by all means, if that's what you think is going to help you to reach for a higher moment, do that. But I really strongly invite you to stop looking for the distractions and just sit in presence with whatever it is that is asking to be seen within you. Be in that place of uncertainty and just accept it. Just be okay with it. Be okay with, like, I don't need to know, because you know what? Inside of you, when you tune into that, there is a deep part of you that knows. And there's a deep part of you that knows who you really are, that knows you're not this body. You're not that character you identify yourself. You're not your job. You're not your children or your children's parent. You're not your car, you're not your house, you're not the amount of money you have in your bank, you're none of those things. And this is leveling the playing field, and it's calling us all home to that realization that you are a beautiful being of love and light in this physical body, in this experience. And even when it ends, you will still be that beautiful being of light, because you are not your body. You are so much more than that. And so take the opportunity that this is giving you and me and all of us to stand in that place. And then if it feels right to you, to look at it as a filtering process, as a refinement process, as a sort of buffering out the edges process, so that you can be as pure and clean as possible as you channel in this new energy, if that's what you want to do, if that feels relevant and right for you. How cool, how exciting. So anyway, I invite you to pick any story that you want to tell. And you know what's funny is we don't have to tell the same story over and over. We can tell whatever story we want in any given moment. I mean, I'm going to find some epic, really cool story about my kids not going to school. And I don't know what it is right now, but I'm going to lean into the best story that I can tell about that experience, how it's going to give me an opportunity to connect more deeply with my kids, to see them in a different way, to join in partnership with them in learning. And I'm going to invite them to do the same thing. And if it means that we have to sit in a place of some sadness to let it go, to then get to the place of telling the story, then that's what we're going to do. So it's also that it gives us all an example to show our children and show the others how we deal with things when they're sort of spinning in a way we don't want, or when things seem uncertain and out of control. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in this style of flow or in more of what I have to say, check out some of my other videos, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Keep allowing, keep loving yourself, keep emanating vibrations of love to the world, because I know it could certainly use it, as we all can. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.